Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Mentoring Man podcast. My name is Maurice, and I'm here with my good friend John, as always. John from
Hey,
Florida.
how are you, Maurice? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much. How about you?
Outstanding.
You're actually celebrating your birthday, aren't you, today?
Yep, Thursday was my birthday. I am 56, and
Wow.
I feel a lot younger than I am.
Well, don't we all? That's the thing we want to know, want to feel, right?
That's
And
right.
what I don't know what you changed on your end. I didn't change anything, but it seems that we don't have any lag today, so that's a good thing for starters.
I'm running from my cell phone, so instead
Ah,
of my computer, and I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
maybe, yeah. I actually dived into that this week, and it seemed to be about connection things. So they said maybe your partner has a unstable connection or it's Wi-Fi, but I don't know. But phones are Wi-Fi, so I guess I don't know, but it works. So that's the main important thing.
That's
And
right.
so, guys, thank you so much for joining us here today on the show. We're gonna talk. If you got any questions or whatever, just leave it out in the comments, of course. If you got anything you like to share with your own experience on the things we talked about today, let us know. And especially if you're live, of course, we'll put it out there on screen. You just if you really want your name there as well, just have to also that accept StreamYard as a provider that can do that. It's follow the link there, and we can actually show who you are. So thank you so much. There's the first one already, Theresa. Thank you so much. Hello,
Hey,
Theresa.
Teresa, how are you? It's good to see you.
Yeah, great that you're here. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. So, guys, today, guys and girls, we have to say, because we're not men's only anymore. So we have to make that shift to everyone who's out there. Thank you so much for watching. The subject of today, and you see it going through the screen or that way right now, the power and the pitfall of desire. Now, we all know the function of desire, right? Especially if you've read books like, Think and Grow Rich, for example. He talks big about desire. Well, what's your take on desire, John?
Desire is really the things that you want in this life. That's the simple explanation. But are you really sure of what it is that you want? There's an old saying, be careful what you wish for, you may get it. So you got to be real clear on really what it is that you want. What is it that you desire? Because then you have to understand not only what it is that you desire, but why.
Well, exactly, because the thing is not only what do you want. I mean, I want so many things, right? I want $1 million. I want the love of my life. I want coffee. I want so many things. What is it? But what's the difference between something you wanting something or really desiring something? I think that's stronger, isn't it? A desire is stronger than just wanting it.
Absolutely, because is it something that you desire because it'll just improve the quality of your life, or
Mhm.
is it something you desire because it'll help improve the quality of everybody's life? Guys, that's
Right.
that's kind of why Maurice and I are here in the Mentoring Men, because we want to reach as many people as we can and help them improve the quality of their life. That was a desire for us,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
create a platform
Yeah.
that didn't look anything like this when it was first conceived. But
No,
and
well,
that's another part of it. You may get what you want, and it doesn't look like anything that you had originally intended. So
yes. Yeah. So,
so that
so yeah.
you get it. I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I was just thinking about what you just said because the desire is still the same as a year ago, right? When we
Hmm.
started planning, making plans, and how we're going to make this work. But the actual result is different. But that doesn't mean that the desire got different per se, right? It could change, but the desire was strong enough to create something out of nothing, right? It started with an idea, and that's the beauty of everything that we're doing here. Everything that we do is in your whole life, it all starts with an idea, and that idea can create a desire. And in my belief, a desire is so much stronger than just wanting something. And we have another Facebook user saying hello, so thank you so much. Thank you for joining here as well. So not only the feeling of I want it, you know I can, I'd like a new car or I'd like another home, right? But is it something that I desire? And desire really comes from deep inside me, right? It really is
Hmm.
something that makes change happen, where I am willing to change myself to fulfill the desire. Does that
You
make
know,
sense?
yeah, absolutely. Now, when we use the word need, a lot of times it sounds like it's coming from a place of lack. All right, but let me throw this up there for a minute. You can have a want. Everybody wants something. But until that want becomes a need, nobody's really going to take action to do something to get it. Now, you use the analogy of the car, so let's run with that for a minute. I want a new car, but the car that I want, it runs. It's older, but it runs. I really can't afford to buy a new car right now. And you come up with all the excuses why you're not going to do it. But then
Yeah.
tomorrow morning, the car doesn't start. You blew the engine. It's just done. The car's over and it just gave up the ghost. Now you need a new car. And surprisingly, a miracle occurs and you're able to figure out how to rebudget yourself and put some money into making an extra car payment now that you didn't have to make before,
Hmm.
so that when that want becomes a need, now action happens. So the word need is not always a negative. Sometimes it's a
Yeah.
motivator. So
Yeah, yeah. But when do you push it too far, and do you become so much dependent on it that you become outcome dependent on something, where you're kind of like pushing it too hard, right?
right. Well, I want a new car, but I don't need a Ferrari. I need a car that's going to get me
Right,
where I have to get to. So,
right.
let's keep it in perspective for the moment in terms of, um, is it something that you desire enough to actually get outside your comfort zone and take action?
Yeah,
Well, what action are you going to take? So you really have to have a defined um, list, if you will, of what exactly it is that you want and how much are you willing to sacrifice to get it, whatever
yeah.
that thing is,
The price to pay it, right?
the
The
price to pay.
price you have to pay for it, right? Not only the physical money you have to pay to get a new car, but what do you want to sacrifice in your life to make it happen, right? Because it's all time. You got to spend time on something, right? So you got to set priority somewhere.
So why not spend a little bit of time on personal development on yourself? Because you know what? I want a new car, but
Hmm.
I'm single. I want a
Right?
new relationship too. And
Yeah.
I want to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having trouble finding the adjective right now. Marketable is not the word. That's not the word I'm looking for, but I want to be more um, attractive to women. Okay.
Yeah.
If it's the relationship that I'm looking for. All right. So maybe I want to lose some weight. Maybe I want to get myself back into a little bit of shape. Maybe I want to change the way I look at things or say things, the words that I use, because look, you're going to end up with two things. You're going to end up with I can or I can't. I
Yeah.
will or I won't.
Yeah.
Everything, it's the words that you use that are going to cause you to take action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what
And that's
words are you
driven
using?
by the desire that you have,
It's
right?
driven by the desire. How strong is the desire? If you want something badly enough, you'll find a way to do it. But
Well,
you also
exactly.
have to have a certain mindset. You got to have a certain frame of mind. You got to be in state. You got to be
Yeah.
in the right mental place where you can say realistically,
Yeah.
I can do this I can get that new car I can make a deposit on that new car in 3 months, 6
Right.
months. Pick a time
Right.
frame and
Right.
stick to it
Yeah.
and stick to it and celebrate the little things. All
Yeah. But
these little
that's
baby steps add up to big, major accomplishments, and it takes time. So
do
be
you mean with
patient with
that
yourself
that
as well.
yeah, do you mean with that you need to, the desire is like the spark where everything starts, right? Just like, and I took a peek who said it here. I have to watch it on the live chat here because I can't see it on the screen. Hold
Yes,
on.
everything starts with an idea, then believing
Yeah,
in the idea, the possibility behind
Christian
it.
is that.
Absolutely right. Thank
Yeah,
you, whoever you are, Facebook
Christian.
user, because you don't have a
Chris,
name up here. I don't know who to
Kristen,
give credit to for that.
Kristen. She says it. So thank you
Kristen.
so much. Yeah.
Hi,
Um,
Kristen.
yeah. Um, but that's where it starts, right? So the desire sparks an idea to get into action, to create it. Then you have to, make the deliberate choice what you need to sacrifice. It's either your time, it's money, it's not doing something else, right? If you want to buy a new car, you maybe cannot go on that, vacation or whatever it is, right? So that
Right.
might be the thing. So the sacrifice is there, and then you have to set yourself as a goal, like this is when I want to achieve it, and then you can take steps. The how is not so much important as you see, because that comes from creating the desire, setting the goals, and then taking step by step by step by step, doing the things, and setting
That's
up
right.
your
The what
mind
and the
into
why.
that. Yeah, and setting your mind into that. Why I want it? Why is it important? You don't even need discipline to do it because you want it, right? The desire is there, so you want it. You're motivated to do it, and then
If
you'll
you're
take the
motivated
steps.
enough, yeah, discipline's
Yeah.
not discipline's easy.
The problem though is with the desire, and it's great that you said already about the neediness and things, right? I need a new car now because my car broke down. You got to be specific. So do you need still that Ferrari that you want, or do you need a Toyota 20-year-old, whatever car that can drive you from A to B? So what is it then that you really desire because you need a solution for now? So that can help you actually. The neediness in a situation can help you to be very specific in what you actually want. Now, I'm from the dating world, so the neediness in attraction is a total blow off, right? People never, no one likes needy people. Like
Right.
they attach the outcome towards,
Mhm.
you make me happy. I mean that or make me feel grateful. No, that's you got to detach from the neediness. But that doesn't mean that the desire can still be there, right? And you like to have an outcome and you work for the outcome, but you don't attach yourself to when the outcome comes and if it even comes. Now, that means that if you focus too much on, I need to have this, I want to have this, it's so important. I need $5,000. I need that new car. I need that new woman in my life or man in my life. Then you kind of like overdo it with your desire, right? And you keep focusing on the fact you don't have it.
Right.
And that will take you nowhere, right?
Hmm.
So the desire is there to just spark the idea and take the appropriate action by setting goals and taking the steps. But you also got to release yourself from the needing it and the needing of the outcome of it, because that will still focus you on, well, I need a new car, I need a new job, I need 5K, I need a relationship, but I don't have it yet. And when is it coming? And it's not it's still not here, right? And that will keep your focus the wrong direction. I mean, Tony Robbins said it many times: where focus goes, the energy
Energy
flows.
flows.
Yeah,
Absolutely
so
right.
you got to be sure where to put the energy in.
Absolutely. See, now here's an example of desire. Um, Before we started today, Maurice, it's 20 after 2 in the afternoon on Sunday, where I am.
Yeah,
This morning, I was out with a real estate agent because I desire a house. I
right.
want to buy my own place. I'm in it ever since I got divorced. I've been in this apartment. I'm over it. It's time to move on. I want a new house. I desire the new house. So I went and I looked at a few houses.
Yeah,
One of them was really nice. Two of them needed way too much work. So now I'm thinking, okay, I have to narrow my parameters a little bit. I don't want a
right.
handyman special that I have to spend all this money to buy and then invest in to fix it up. Don't
Yeah,
want that. I want something that's move-in ready. Okay, maybe I have to paint the walls a different color. Fine, that's
sure.
not a big deal, But but when you talk about a desire, you need to be specific. I mean, really detailed, specific about
Yeah,
what it is you want. I'm thinking about a house now, right? What do I want the front of the house to look like? What do I want the inside of the house to look like? What do I want the living room or the backyard to look like? What do you see when
why
you
is that
think about
important
your
then?
desire?
Why is it so important to know all the details already?
because it gives me something to shoot for. It gives me a line of sight. It gives me a trajectory. This is what I'm looking for. If I find something that's close, okay. If let's just say, I'm just throwing this out. Let's just say that I want a house to have crown molding all around it, and the house has everything else that I want except the crown molding. Is that going to be a deal breaker? No.
Yeah.
It gives me some wiggle room. It gives me an opportunity to say, you know what, I want that, but it's not vital.
Yeah.
The roof has to be vital. It has to be in good shape. That kind of stuff. So it gives you some wiggle room. But when you have something on paper and you actually plan it out, put pen to paper and say, this is what I want, your brain starts to work on it.
Yeah.
And eventually, sooner or later, you start to see the things that you're looking for. You're always going to see what you're focused on.
Yeah, that's what I love about our brain, right? If you take a look at the science behind it, I mean, we are pretty much the only species in the world that can use our brain to create a feeling that hasn't happened yet, right?
Right.
So there are more actually that can see the danger or sense the danger, so they're not going there. But we can actually project our future vision towards our current state of mind, our current emotions, how we feel, right? Either
and
worrying about something.
Create our future.
Yeah, it's either worrying about something, right? I mean, I haven't heard from my girlfriend for a while, so why doesn't she call? You project something that hasn't happened yet to the feeling of now. But we can also create that to create stuff, right? And there is this little part in our brain, which is actually kind of like in the center of our brain, and it's called our reticular activating system. It's like this big, like really small, but it's a very powerful part because what it does is that it kind of like filters everything from your conscious perceptions to what your unconscious brain accepts, so to say. And as you know, we have our subconscious mind or our unconscious mind, things that regulate things like breathing, your heart rate, your digestion, all those kind of things, but also standard behavior, habits, and all those kind of things. And we have our conscious mind, the things we think and the actual things we do, right? The thinking brain. And if you see anything, we see everything, right? I see that there's blue light there. I see that there's white light there. Here's a microphone. I see all these things, but I don't let them in through my filter because I'm not focused on that. Mm-hmm. Your RAS is the part that takes care of that. So it really makes sure that you filter that what you focus on. So if you're filtering on, I want to find a home with all these things that are on my list, then that is like the subject, the things you tell your RAS to look for. That's why, we all know this. You buy this new car, or you buy these new shoes, or you buy a new purse, whatever it is, and all of a sudden you see it everywhere. Everyone has those kind of things. That's your RAS doing it, right? Because that's where you're focusing on.
Absolutely. And there's a reason the RAS works. The reason the RAS works is because...
So you don't get crazy.
Well, but the reason that the reticular activating system works is because your brain does not know the difference between what's real and what isn't.
Yeah.
So if you're focusing on, I already have this thing that I want, it's already mine, your brain finds a way to make it happen. It sounds like woo-woo stuff, but it's not. It's really the way that works. If you're focused on, I don't have it yet, it stays in the future because your reticular activating system hears the word yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it keeps it yet. It keeps it in the future. So this is how you're creating your future.
Yeah,
okay?
That's
when you're
exactly
focused on that's why you have to know that this thing that I want, it's already mine. It's already mine.
Yeah.
And your brain will find a way to make it happen. It's amazing to actually see this work.
Yeah. And that's why you have to, just like Kirsten said, is it Kirsten? Yeah. Kristen. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. Sorry, Kristen. So the brain does not know the difference between what's real and what's not. And that's true, like the subconscious brain doesn't know, right? So it has to accept everything that you tell it, what your RAS lets pass through, right? And what you believe and all those kind of things all make it even stronger. But it doesn't know the difference between if it is happening in the moment right now, like real, or it is something you just remembered or you envisioned. And that's the power of this. especially what you were just saying, John, like we have to make it into the now, right?
Yes.
The I am statements is why it's so powerful, because you're already saying it is right now. I am successful. I am
A
good with
homeowner. I
money. I
am
am, whatever it
in
is.
the
Because,
relationship that I've always wanted. I
yeah,
am
but
in.
because you're already doing that with all the things you believe are true, right?
Mhm.
I am a man. I am single. I am married. I'm a coach. I'm whatever you say about yourself that you are, is the thing you believe. Your subconscious mind has created that belief that is true. So if you fill that with the new beliefs of I am successful, or I am a homeowner, or I am, whatever it is that you want to be or want to become, you have to put it towards your present day. Yeah. So yeah, let's go back to the part of the desire, because that's where we really want to go into today. Of course, like desire is like the source of all that, right?
Mhm.
Creating the desire. So how do you create a desire from just a wish? When do you know when it is just, I'd like to have a Ferrari, to I want a Ferrari? It's my desire to have a Ferrari. How do you make that transition from I just like to have it to something like, no, it's something I really desire? What makes it a desire?
For me, it's, does it fulfill a need or more than one need in my life? The
Mm.
six human needs that Tony talks about. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Certainty, uncertainty, um, significance, love, connection, growth, and contribution. Those are the six needs.
yeah,
Anytime, anytime you have something that fulfills three of those needs, you've got an addiction. Now, addiction in this case sounds like a bad word, but it's also a desire because you
yeah,
want more of this.
yeah.
Okay.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah,
what needs are being filled by this desire? Is it strong enough to move you off the couch, turn the Netflix off, read a book on how to get this thing that I want?
yeah.
Okay, learn how, find people who've done it before and figure and learn from them, do what they did. Is this desire strong enough to move you to action?
Yeah, and I think that's the main difference, because we all want so many things, right? And I believe, especially if you follow the laws of the law of attraction and all those universal laws, right? They're like three steps. You have to want it, you have to get it, and you have to receive it. So the first part is the easy part, right? What do you want? Well, tell me what you want. But the stronger that is, and the more you feel that it is that is something, that will complete your life, that is, I think, the power of a true desire. Just be careful that you don't hang on to the desire, in staying focused on that you don't have it yet, right?
Right. Can you be fulfilled? Can you be happy without that thing in the
Yeah,
present moment?
exactly. So you got to be unconditionally happy all of the time, even though the things you desire aren't there yet, right? Like in the real manifested time right now.
Right. But they're coming. And again, that's why those I am statements work,
Yeah, yeah,
because you're creating the future in the present moment right now, and your brain doesn't know the difference.
yeah,
All
yeah,
it does is exactly what you tell it to do. So if you don't have something you want yet,
yeah,
you're telling it the wrong thing.
yeah,
Remember, I
exactly.
talked about the words that you use. Be specific. I can, I can't. I am not. What words are you using?
Yeah,
Find
that's
the
very
words. Now, you guys individually, you inherently know this already. What words motivate you personally, individually, to do something? Use those
yeah.
words
And
because
I
you
think
know they work already.
this is a very interesting topic, and we can talk hours on this, but let's dive a little bit deeper into using the right words, right? So what I noticed is that a lot of people talk in false negatives, right? Don't forget your keys. Don't be too late. All the things you don't want to happen, right? Because that's what you want. You don't want to be late. You don't want to forget your keys. I don't want to lose the money, or whatever it is. But your brain doesn't know the word don't, right? Your subconscious mind doesn't accept the word don't. It just doesn't get that grip. if we ask you to think, do not think of an elephant, you first got to think of an elephant, and then realizing, oh fuck, I need to not think about an elephant. Well, in order to not think about an elephant, you need to think about something else, right? A giraffe or whatever it is. So, the words you choose are so very important to really create, the right message to your subconscious mind. Can you?
I love
tell a little
that.
bit
I
more?
love that. Because every time you say, don't do this, all your brain hears is do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then why isn't anything changing? Because you're using the wrong words.
And you're making it hard for yourself if you keep telling yourself, oh, I do not, I have to, I don't, now what do you say? How do you say that? I can't forget my keys. I have to remember to take my keys with me. That's the message. So why
Right.
not just say that instead?
Remember the
right?
key.
Remember remember the keys, or focus on gaining more income, or whatever it is.
Now,
Go
I
ahead
had
on top.
I've dealt with this issue myself in a number of different instances. And once I understood that it really did come down to changing the words and feeling, believing and feeling that this is mine now, that's when things change. It's not enough to just
Absolutely.
use the words, because, I would sit there and I would say, I am successful. I am this. And in the back of my head, I'm saying,
Yeah.
well, who are you kidding? No, you're not.
You know
You're
what
just
part of your
saying,
brain is doing that? That's your
you're saying
RAS.
to God, the universe, that created you in the first place, and it's smart enough to know when you're full of shit.
No, well,
Don't lie.
it is actually part of that RAS that is telling you that, like, that knows.
Yeah.
That's the filter, right? So it knows what's true. It knows what you believe. And if you keep telling I'm successful, your belief knows, no, you're not, right? That's the belief. So that's
Yeah.
the part that's talking back to it. Yeah.
And that's the part you got to reprogram. That's the
Yeah.
part where this is where the words come in, and not only the words, but the belief and the feeling and the
Feeling.
belief. And when there's an emotional attachment to this,
Yeah.
things will change.
Yeah. Excellent.
It
Exactly.
really does work that way,
Yeah. Exactly. Totally true.
because you're
All right.
reprogramming that RAS. You want that RAS to say, wait a minute, we got a different set of rules here now. Something's changing. We have a different set of rules now that we have to work with.
Yeah.
We have to find a way to make this happen.
Yeah, you actually have to overrule the old beliefs in that manner. I mean, just like I said, you cannot not think about something, right? You cannot not think about an elephant. You got to change the thought into thinking about something else that is not an elephant. And that's the same with beliefs. If you have a certain belief that you're not good enough or you're not worthy enough, I've talked about that before in this podcast, right? I had this belief where I thought I wasn't smart enough. That's part of the umbrella that says you're not good enough, right? But that's not
Right.
specifically enough. So the belief is I am not smart enough has to be overwhelmed by another idea that counter reacts to this belief and like overrules it, right? That says, no, that's not true. You are smart enough. So
And this is
by
where the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, no. It was about like overrule, just like you said. We have to overrule that thought with another thought that is stronger than this belief, right? So this new belief has to overrule, be stronger than the old belief, and that is only being done when you start believing it, when you start feeling it, when you start understanding it that is true. You see your results, you see things in the present, right? Those are the proofs that your RAS are looking for. So you can use your RAS and your filter and your feelings to overrule that old system in your subconscious mind. In my
And
belief.
we can spend an hour alone, 2
Oh, yeah,
hours,
man.
probably
Yeah.
2 days, just talking about this.
Yeah.
The other part of the equation here is the pleasure versus pain. Your brain was designed to keep you out of pain, to keep you out of danger. And anytime you start to bring some new belief system into your brain, into your mind, that subconscious mind says, wait a minute, there's something different here. What are you doing? Why are you changing things? Everything's fine. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
You have to overpower that. You have to make the pleasure of attaining this goal
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
far more pleasurable than the pain of having to do what has to be done. Because anytime you take action and step outside your comfort zone, there's pain involved in there, but there's also growth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where the magic is. That's where the
Absolutely.
magic is. So who's
Yeah.
in charge of you? You or your that primal brain that's trying to keep you safe and boxed into that small little comfort zone that you're just busting to get out of, but you can't.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're not using the right words, because that
Yeah.
subconscious mind is trying to keep you boxed in, and you got to fight that. That's
Yeah.
the fight.
And it's actually
That's the
not so
fight.
much that people don't want to change, it's that people don't want to be changed. And the feeling of you're being changed is that feeling of you're not good enough as you are right now. So you got to change into that, and then you'll be good enough because that's what society says, that's what your parents say, or friends say, or whatever, your spouse, whatever it is. But the change when it comes from the desire from you want, I mean, not me, but like me, right? The real me, that desire is there to understand that I will have a better life with it in what way or another. Then the need of the want, the desire becomes the intrinsic motivation to make the change. And then you can make the change. That's,
So yeah. So what is it that influences you?
yeah.
If I want to influence you to take action and do something that's going to improve the quality of your life, I need to
Well,
know what influences you now.
yeah, and yeah, exactly. And I
And
have
you
to
need to know.
understand why it is better, as a better solution. So why would I lose weight? I like my life. I'm happy with who I am. I like my body, right? So why would I change? Why would I lose weight? Well, because you're getting sick. That's why when people are in a crisis, like they get a heart attack, then all of a sudden they stop smoking and lose weight, right? Because they're like, oh shit, this is real. I got to do something.
And the
Yeah.
funny thing is, your body will give you warnings before you have that heart attack, too.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a whole different subject. That's a whole
Yeah,
different
absolutely.
conversation for another day. But
I
if
heard
you
I heard
know
this.
what,
Yeah.
yeah, if you know what influences you, then you can get a little leverage.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's part of the key here. Can you get leverage on yourself, on that subconscious bullshit that's holding you back?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
to
man.
find that
I
leverage
mean,
for you.
we can talk for this for hours, right? There's so many things
Absolutely.
that popping in my head that I'd like to share, but that were like little drifting off the main subject. So
Yeah.
just to conclude, you could say that the desire is there to create from a want to something you really need, and set you into the action, the appropriate action, understanding, discovering the hows, of the why you want to do it, right? And that creates the motivation to actually do it. And then, focusing on that end result as a target, but not being dependent on it, the outcome dependency of, I'm, I'm still happy when it's not here, but I like my journey, just like Kristen said. I
Hmm.
like the journey of it, and then the result will, create a better life for me. So that's, of
Hmm.
course, why I do it. That's how you do it, and that's how you can use your desire, and that's how you can use the desires and understand it. And I love what you just said, John, in the beginning. Put it in detail, write it down, make it in your, take a notepad somewhere and write it down. If you're not doing journaling every day, if you're not doing meditating every day, these are perfect places where you can put it in. But if you're not doing that, just grab a pen and paper, open WordPad. Doesn't matter. Even your notes on your phone, write it down what it is you really
Hmm.
desire in specifics. And the more specific you are, the more you're programming your RAS, the reticular activating system, to go look for it. And that's how you achieve the things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you sit here passive and just listen, you'll retain maybe 10% of it.
Hmm.
Once you put pen to paper and actually write it, even if you never look at it again, when you put pen to paper, the action, the physical action of rewriting this, you'll
Yeah. Well.
retain
Yeah.
50% of it. Now, what is
Yeah.
going to happen when you actually take action and do something?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And that's also why we love to use little storytellings in here, like not think of an elephant. You'll never forget that, right? And what do you need to do when you not want to think about an elephant? You got to think about a giraffe. That
Hmm.
will also help you. All these little things that we're doing here is helping you, hopefully, to make this understand, and so you can apply it in your day-to-day life, right? I know you guys are a busy schedule, and it's Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, wherever you are. So yeah, we really want to acknowledge the gratitude we have that you spent your time with us here. and hopefully you get something out of it so you can improve your own life even by just a little step, right? If you can improve your day every day for just 1%, within a year you've already tripled the quality of your life. So that's how simple and how easy it is. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you've been watching this live, for all you out there, thank you so much for joining here and joining us in the conversation. I'd love to see all these comments coming in. We love that. And John, you too. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest
Thank
of your
you,
day
buddy.
with your family.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here today. We'll see you guys next week, and keep your eyes open on our Facebook page. We're always dropping something in there.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you then.
All right.
See you then.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.